What's good, y'all? Welcome back to a brand new video. So we're at the end of September. Around this time, as far as NBA fans, we're usually bored. But yesterday, something big happened in the NBA that may shake it up just a little bit. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you've been asleep. But Carmelo Anthony has been traded from New York to Oklahoma City to team up with MVP Russell Westbrook and Paul George. A new big three. Now the crazy thing is, for you guys that don't know, I host a podcast with me and a bunch of friends. We record our podcast Saturday evenings. Right before we started recording our podcast for episode 4, we got the news about the Carmelo Anthony trade. So if you want to know in depth my opinions and the homies' opinions, click the link in the description. The podcast just went live on iTunes, Stitcher, and on our website. But now, we're trying to see if this team can win a championship with Melo, Russell Westbrook, and Paul George here in NBA 2K17 or 18. All right, so before I didn't even make the trade off camera. I kind of wanted to see, would 2K let this trade go through? So we had Enes Kanter, we had Doug McDermott, and we had a second-round pick from the Bulls. It's this pick, which probably will be pretty valuable. That's like the 31st overall pick because the Bulls are gonna suck this year. For Carmelo Anthony, and you know what I'm thinking right now? Carmelo has that no trade clause in 2K. Let me make this work. So what I just did, I went over to New York, took control of their team, and basically what I did was release Randall, because that's what they did in real life to make the numbers match up. Well, not the numbers, but you can only have a certain amount of people on the team. So they released Randall in real life, so I did it here before the trade. Now let's see if they accept this trade. Now in my opinion, this trade was a fleecing. Sam Presti does it once again, making a big trade for pretty much close to nothing. And Enes Kanter was cool and all, he was great for the city, but to be honest with you, they picked up Melo on a one-year deal, got rid of Enes Kanter, who was making big banks. I think this trade is crazy. And then Doug McDermott on his third team in 3 years, the fall from grace. See, look, they declined this trade. Even 2K saying that, yo, if we were New York, we don't do this deal. But we do have trade override on to make it go through. So boom, the New York Knicks have agreed to your trade. So let me show you what the team is looking like. Because our top three, honestly, it's amazing. So we got, of course, MVP Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony. Now, the rest of the team needs a lot of help, but that's not what this video is about. I just want to see if this team is good enough to actually contend this first year. Now, the real question for me is how are we going to do this rotation? Are we going to have Andre Roberson start at the shooting guard and have, like, Melo play the 4? Because Melo can play the 4. Yeah, oh, that's what 2K said. 2K said let Melo run the 4, and I think that's what we're going to do. Roberson provides some great defense, but look at that bench, man. That bench is terrible. They need some help there. P-Pat is going to do well. Raymond Felton, I guess, is a backup PG. He's fine. Abrinas, he's going to have to be better this year than he was last year. And then Jeremy Grant. Oof. This is, hey, they need this. They need Cal Singler, who's getting overpaid, to actually play this season and actually do something productive. What is he getting paid? I forgot. 2 years, about $10 million left on his contract. Overpaid for a guy that's, yeah, garbage. Anyway, so basically what we're going to do, I took off injuries. First game of the season. This is the first game of the season. New York going to get disabled trades. We're not doing any trades. New York going against Melo. Can the Melo-less New York Knicks come into OKC and get a W? And they do by a bunch. Who did it? Okay, let's look at the box score. Porzingis. He said, it's my team now, and I'm going to show about putting up 23 points and 8 rebounds. And Enes Kanter got his revenge game, putting up 20 and 8. Now, Enes Kanter, he went on to his social media, basically said that I want y'all to beat the OKC. I want y'all to beat the Golden State Warriors for me. He put his heart in the season of OKC, or the city of OKC. And but it's a business. It's a business. So they got rid of him to bring in a guy they think is better, which, I mean, they're right. Melo is Melo. And by 2K standards, they're about to go nuts. You lose the first game against a bad team, then you go on a 10-game win streak. Then they lose to Denver. The Bulls should be a cakewalk. Yeah, I'm going to stop it right before we go against OKC for the first time, because that's going to be a big game. That's going to be a big game here. Russell Westbrook going against his former teammate with his new teammates. Big 3 versus Big 4 simcast in this one. Oh, I don't want to play. Oh, this is cool to look at, though. We have the 6th overall team. With that trade to pick up Carmelo Anthony, we have the 6th best team in the league. And, of course, who else but the Golden State Warriors have the best team? All right, let's see how this goes. First time meeting each other with the new roster, and we get smoked. Smoked. Let's see who did it. Stephen Curry put up 36.7 3-pointers made. Klay Thompson almost perfect from the 3-point line, 6 for 7. And of course, I mean, this big three, they're gonna put their 30 points per game each up, you know. Draymond Green does his thing with 17 assists. This year, he's averaging so far 11 points, about 10 assists, and about 8 rebounds. Holy cow, Draymond. Do your thing, Playboy. Do your thing. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the All-Star break, and I'm going to speed this up for y'all. Let's see what their record is at the All-Star break. So at the All-Star break, we're sitting at 40 wins already. 40 wins and 19 losses, which is only third in the Western Conference, as y'all know how stacked the Western Conference is. Now, I'll stroll up a little bit more. We're going to take a look at some noticeable games. Yeah, this game right here, huge L against the defending champion Golden State Warriors. We'll look at our stats as a team in a couple minutes, but I just want to look at a couple games where either we dominated or we got dominated. So let me see. 125 points against the Pelicans. Paul George puts up 42 and 15. Okay. Against the Cavs, we blow them out easily. Russell Westbrook, of course, missing triple-double, putting up his. 128 points here. Russell Westbrook and Paul George both putting up 30 points. I saw us lose the game. Yeah, we lost to the Knicks again. This time, Tim Hardaway Jr. got a fat paycheck, and he said, I'm going to come out to play. But like, it was an all-around game. And as Cancer did his thing, Doug McDermott had a good game. Oh, my God. What? Porzingis is doing his thing. He's only averaging 17 points per game. I think in real life, he'll be averaging way more than that. And as Cancer, in his new home of New York City, he's averaging 13 and 8. That's pretty solid. But I think those were the only games that I wanted to take a real big look at. So let's take a look at our numbers as a team. So stats. Russell Westbrook is averaging 25, 11, and 9 assists. He's not getting that triple-double just yet. I don't know if he's going to get it this year because he's got so many other options of people that need the ball in their hands. But he can either average a mega triple-double because he got more people to pass the ball to, or the exact opposite where he does something like this where he doesn't get as many assists because Paul George will bring the ball up the court sometime. Carmelo will bring the ball up the court sometime. But yeah, it's really just the big three carrying the load offensively. Steven Adams putting up his 11 points, which is, yeah, that's about what he put up last year. But the bench, yeah, this is bad. Wow, this is bad. Abrinas is having basically the same year he had last year. Raymond Felton's having like almost identical seasons as last year. Patrick Patterson, who I thought would have a leap of a year, he's actually shooting terribly. 33% and then 19% from 3P-Pack. Come on now. An open 3 of an 80, you should be hitting way more than that. Like, he is the leader of our bench unit, believe it or not. So we need him to be better than that. Of course, Roberson, he's not going to give you more than this, what he's doing right now. Last year, he put up 6.6 a game. This year, he's putting up 4.2. Shooting worse. Steals aren't really there. But, hey, I guess that's fine. But, yeah, the bench has been trash. Take a look at what's going on around the league. We are 7 games behind the Golden State Warriors. I don't think we'll ever get to that point. But you know what? Our seeding don't mean much when it comes to the playoffs. In the Eastern Conference, the Toronto Raptors and the Washington Wizards are tied for the #1 seed. Oh my God. Cleveland is all the way back at 3rd. I took off injuries, so Isaiah Thomas is playing. If y'all were curious of what he's doing, he's putting up 22 points per game. A lot less than he put up, 29 last year. But he does have this king on his team who's also having a down year, kind of. So that's probably why they're 3rd. Boston, Kyrie in his new role, putting up 22 points per game, less than last year. 16 or 17 points per game for Gordon Hayward. So a lot of people's numbers are down. Let's see if there's anybody in the league leaders that is way high. In 2K, this duo always puts up top tier numbers. Both of them are averaging 28. Now, y'all thought it was we were carrying the big load with our big three. These two guys in Portland are probably scoring like 50% of their points, more than 50% of their points. DeMarcus Cousins doing his thing. Anybody? Bradley Beal having a great season at 23, which is basically the same what he did last year. Kemba, same as last year. But I kind of want to take a look at that Portland Trailblazer thing. Yeah, it's literally just them two. And they picked up a trade to pick up Derek Favors. Okay. But it's literally just them two. They were close to getting Melo. They just didn't have the pieces that I guess Sam Presti had. I don't know. And I kind of want to look at one last thing, the standings, Eastern Conference. 23 wins so far for the New York Knicks. All right. So we're just going to keep going. I want to take a look at rotation, level it out. There we go. And we're just going to keep going to, obviously, we're going to make the playoffs because we're already third. Only way we don't make the playoffs is if we lose like the rest of the year. And obviously that ain't happening. We got beasts on our team. So I'll see y'all in the playoffs. So with Russell Westbrook not averaging a triple-double, James Harden takes home MVP. After a couple years of him coming in second, he finally takes home the trophy. Now, he did have a down year from last year as far as points, rebounds, and assists, but he shot 51%. Oh my God, that's crazy. Way less turnovers. He basically cut his turnovers in half, which is amazing. I guess that comes with Chris Paul being the primary ball handler on your team too. Congratulations, James Harden. Rookie of the Year goes Alonzo Ball, averaging 14, 9, and about 4 rebounds. Jeremy Lin, 6th Man of the Year. Defense Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert. Jeremy Grant wins Most Improved for some reason. 11 points. Bulls suck. Mike D'Antoni wins Coach of the Year. All right. Let's see. Russell Westbrook, first team All-NBA. We knew that was going to happen. Anybody else from the team, though? Joel Embiid, second team All-NBA. Did he play the whole season? Oh, yeah. I took off injuries. So, yes, he did. And third team, nobody else, man. They disrespecting us. So we finished the season with 54 wins, which is enough to get us third in the Eastern Conference. I think that's where we were last year. Want to look at the season-ending stats? Boom, there they are. You can pause it. Russell was really close to averaging a triple-double, but we're about 0.9 or 1 assist away from it. But they gave it to James Harden this year. So first year, we're going against the San Antonio Spurs. Or not first year, but first round. San Antonio Spurs. Y'all know what their team is looking like, but I'll show y'all. The Claw, LA, Rudy Gay, Powell, Tony Parker. I don't know what this is going to be like because y'all know the Spurs are always good. Game 1, we win. Game 2, we win. Game 3, we lose. Oh, man. Game 5, there we go. We're going 7. What? Yo, we can't get eliminated in the first round, yo. This team is too good. Paul George's on fire. Russell Westbrook on fire. But Melo is tired. I'm sorry, Melo. We need you to get as many minutes as possible, dog. This is what you live for. This is what you live for. You want to get that ring, don't you? You can't be coming off the bench. All right, we're going to simcast it. Hopefully, the boys can pull out with a W. Wow, we're going to get eliminated in the first round, are we? Okay, it's still close. I'm not jumping in because it's an experiment. This is not a rebuild or nothing. This is an experiment. Oh, my God. It's going down to the wire, and we just take a big lead. Let's go. And we win by 4 points. Russell Westbrook comes out to play. Melo, again, a little tired. Shoots 6 for 13. But nonetheless, we get the W, which is all that I can ask for. Second round, we're going against MVP James Harden in the squad. Take a look and see if they made any moves to their team. James Harden, Chris Paul, who averaged 20 points per game, which is the most points he's averaged since 2009. Good for you, Chris Paul. And then 11 assists, which is the most assists he's averaged since 2008. So maybe him going to Houston is the best thing for his career. At least that's what 2K is saying. Clint Capella, Eric Bledsoe, Bob Mute. Yeah, I like this team a lot. Whoa. I was D-League. Yo, I've never seen the animation before. I haven't played much my league so far this year. I've never seen that. That's pretty cool, though. Okay, let's see how this goes. Game 1, we win. Game 2, we win. Game 3, we... Oh, my God. Chris Paul, I'm sorry, brother. Oh, wait. You not making it to the Western Conference again, Chris Paul. What happened to you, fella? Let me see how this went. Oh, I can't blame Chris Paul or James Harden. They did their thing to try to keep this series competitive, but I guess our big 3 is better than their big 2. And now we're going against the best team in the league, defending champion, Golden State Warriors. Russell Westbrook, get your revenge, brother. For Enes Kanter, do it for Enes Kanter. Game 1, we lose. Game 2, we win. Game 3, we lose. Oh, no. And there it is, of course. I mean, we kind of knew this, right? We kind of knew that this team is this team. JaVale McGee got 12 and 15. Toronto makes it to the championship. They beat out LeBron. And Toronto wins the championship. Toronto fans, be rejoicing, man, because this is probably the only thing you can take this and be happy about it, because in real life, probably not. All right, fellas, so thank y'all so much for watching the video. We learned that this team is probably good enough to make it to the Western Conference, but they may get stuffed by the Golden State Warriors, the team that nobody wants to go against. If you enjoyed the video, leave it a like. Shout out today goes to this guy. If you decide that you want to listen to the podcast, you're going to download it. That we appreciate it. Me and the guys, we're trying to make this thing real, and so far it's been really fun. We talked about Melo, we talked about KD and the Twitter stuff. We talked about our time as teammates because we all hooped together back in high school. So if that sounds interesting, link is in the description. Through the Wire podcast, we appreciate it. Thank y'all. Be back tomorrow.